one thing that can help is if you look at the characteristics, as they call them.
Yeah.
So, for example, Nikald has a reputation. There are aspects of his, if you run into people, they have a chance of having heard of him. And it could be accurate or inaccurate, but it is something about him that they may know. Physically, he's very agile, and he is, which gave you a bonus and stuff, and merciful. It actually would take a willpower check to kill someone who gives up or is otherwise not blazing with genuine.
I need to pass a willpower check to.
Yes.
To do what?
Well, let's describe this exactly. It
kill
says, hesitant to kill if his opponent asks for mercy, then, and you want to kill him
Yes.
anyway, then you are not going to be able to do it unless you succeed with a willpower.
Okay, I need
roll.
to succeed this willpower to actually kill them. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I.
And how do you do a willpower roll?
I will show you in
Sure.
just a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
And then in, let's see, and then with, so that's merciful, right?
Yeah,
So you
that's
basically, you are a very virtuous knight. You are a steward of Thale, which is an extremely, extremely specific thing. You are what is called aligned to Unum, no, to the Allfather.
Allfather. Okay.
The Allfather is called Allfather by the humans in the middle of the continent, Unum by the dwarves and elves, Sherazad by the guys in the west. It's all the same guy. It's God. So this is one of the few role-playing games where, God is actually, God. So,
It's like Latin,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so he, good point. I hadn't thought of that. So he is basically has lots of restrictions on his behavior, mostly about mostly about protecting the weak and things like that, and not getting drunk and causing trouble and stuff like that.
Paladin style.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's a little grittier than that, and there are specific things that it doesn't. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to be disorderly. You should defend the weak and innocent, go after evil things. After that, you're kind of, they don't care about what you get up to between the sheets, apparently.
Okay.
So it's not quite as holier than thou as that. But they're, they kind of seem like Mormons. And so but there are, in fact, it is kind of interesting. Some stewards actually leave voluntarily. And they'll lose their place in the hierarchy. They cannot advance as stewards, but they won't be disgraced and they will keep their alignment to Unum. Notice that it doesn't say good here, it's Allfather. That means the Allfather claims your soul.
Perfect.
And it happens to be good, so it is +8. You will notice that Misanda is chaotic.
Yeah.
And she is not aligned to anybody, so it just says chaotic. And it does not have a plus. It is just a number.
Yeah.
If it was evil, it would have a minus.
Mm-hmm.
So these are three completely separate axes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see here. So a little bit more about you, which are magical abilities as a steward. You are rank 5 as a steward, and so you have all these abilities. And you also know a little bit of healing magic that is linked to the physical arts of healing. In other words, you can make your physical arts of healing a little bit better than some people. So that tells us a little bit about Nikot. And he's very competent and is the right guy to go hunting for Misanda. So if we look at Hobart, who accompanies him, you will see that he is faithful, and although he's not aligned to anybody, so his faith is just good. For a starting character who is not part of some order like the stewards, a faith of 3 is pretty strong. Prodigy means that he has extra skill points for a specific thing, which in his case happens to be combat. So he's like a combat freak, like a combat genius. And that's why he has combat maneuvers, and he can do these special moves with the dots down at the bottom right.
Oh, these things.
Right.
Disarm.
Yeah. So those are special options in combat that you can make. He's clean living, so he's not a steward, but he also, makes a point to stay healthy and take cold baths and things like that. And then he has the rank, if no real power or wealth, but technically, he is attached to the Royal Court of Goetia and serves in their ranks. So that tells us a little bit about Hobart. As for you, your character is rather straightforward in some ways.
Yep.
Being, let's see here, educated, and what is some of the other things? He's right. There we go. Yes, he's addicted. Nothing major. He just likes to smoke, and he likes the strong stuff.
Okay.
So it's not hard to get unless he gets caught in the rain or something like that. So nothing too terrible, but it is going to be tough on him if he doesn't get in a pipe a day or something.
Yep.
And he's a very observant guy. His skills kind of tell you the story because he's not associated with any specific social group, or if he is, it's over there on the coast, and we don't have to worry about it. And he is very good. Notice he's blacksmith, contraptions, engineering, natural law. He's basically a improvisational scientist, right, in lots of ways. But he also knows a little tiny bit, just a little bit, of rune magic.
Exact runes, okay.
Yeah. So that means that he knows just enough that he might try to read magical runes when he finds them, or even to imbue on, for example, one of his contraptions, a rune, which is a spell.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Question about that. Is there a specific, you have 3 types of runes, or is it whatever?
According to the book, most magic is aligned, but some is not. There are such things as only for runes and only for wizardry, which are related. You can have non-aligned magic. So that's what his would be.
Okay.
Or rather, he could try it, but then he would have there are ways to cast off your alignment.
Okay.
With consequences. So, but it is true that most of the magic in this game is spiritually aligned. That's true.
Okay.
So, I think, and Miss Sand, here we go. Yes, look at this.
Yes.
What are her characteristics there?
She's rude, friendly, and smart.
Yep. That means rude and friendly are contradictory. They create an automatic response in non-player characters. So you get to choose.
Okay.
Whenever you meet a non-player character, there is no personal reaction roll for you. You just decide whether you are being friendly or rude.
Okay.
And then they will either be friendly back to you or they will dislike you. So you just choose however Miss Sanda feels like talking to her. So she's, if you look, you will see lots of outdoor skills and things like that. But even in human form, she can talk to wolves. She can understand where other animals are coming from. She may, when presented with some situation in which wolf-like behavior would be expected, she has to make a willpower check to suppress it.
Right.
That's the animal nature.
Yes.
And then you have the ability to either wolf out a little with fangs and claws and posture and things, or to go full wolf, in which case you have to strip.
Yeah.
It's very physical. There's no sparkles. And then you're a wolf. No, you have to undergo the whole, lengthening, bone cracking, the howling kind of situation.
American Werewolf in London.
Right.
So would it be a painful process?
It's at least physically wrenching to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's painful. that is is there anything else on there that you wanted to check on? Because she's a little interesting. Her combat reactions go up. Her agility goes up when she turns into a wolf, and it puts her over the boundary for certain mechanics. So she's actually much better. And you'll notice that if she has her claws, then she actually does weapons damage in unarmed combat.
Right.
So that's all a good thing. So that should clarify a little. Any questions or anything like that?
Just to clarify, what is a normal blacksmith or a normal soldier? What range of what's the skill range?
I see. This culture is a steel culture, but to do steel you need the requisite equipment.
No,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm the skill level.
Right.
I see that
Right.
we have. I have a base number for something, and if I go for blacksmith,
Yes.
am I a good blacksmith
Right.
or I'm a like a
The numbers start at 1 and then go up. So I would say 5 means you are pretty expert,
okay?
and then
The village blacksmith or something would be a little bit less, but
right.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
Okay, good.
And we will demonstrate this now. Now, your character is the most kind of open in terms of behavior and desires. The way I see it, you are basically just a friend of Miss Sandus.
Okay.
So that's the two of you get along, and you are looking for interesting things in the mountains. She lives here and travels here, and seems like you've gotten along in the past.
Do I know your doggy style?
You have to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The werewolves also. I mean, you're a little, like I say, your behavior is a little off. Animals don't like you not because it's mystical. No, you smell like a wolf.
Yeah.
So if she gets wet, even humans are going to say, right.
Yeah.
And then also, and you're a little hairier.
Yeah.
Right. So you hang out with her for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not a sophisticated kind of a person.
No, not particularly.
Yeah.
But as I say, as you say, you're smart. You pick up on things quickly and you learn things fast.
Yeah.
So
I'm not bookish, but
right.
Right.
Yeah. Very, very quick. Yeah.
And then one. Sorry.
No. Good.
Be a
Please.
bother.
You're not.
How good are we at fighting?
I see. You are actually not that great at fighting.
Yeah.
You are going to get something in a moment, though. Whereas Hobart is shockingly good at fighting.
Okay, just, how do we see that? Is this the level or
yes? The level there is the same as your
the combat style level?
Yeah, it said says mercenary combat over there has its level. It's the same level repeated there.
Yep.
So you know enough to fight.
Yeah.
That's all you've got.
Yeah.
Right. And she is interesting because she has the same kind of combat you do, which is basically very rough and practical combat.
Yeah.
But with your short sword, but with your unarmed combat, your combat reaction goes up and you're better at it.
Yeah.
So basically, you can get along and take care of yourself in human form. But if you go into half wolf form and claw at somebody, they're in a lot of trouble.
I've got a skill named Combat Mastery, which has a level of 1.
Mm-hmm. That means you have one special maneuver, and that is what you have down in the bottom right, which is to claw someone's eyes.
Okay.
So yes, your number. So you have combat mastery of 2.
Yeah.
So you have 2 special maneuvers. Yeah. Okay. Now we are going to show you how we are going to do the numbers with a very useful thing. We need to know some context. What kinds of things have brought you here? What would you have used prior to coming to this place and being in this situation, in this desperate situation that I'm about to throw you into and that you really are going to wish you were not in? So, by which I mean, what sort of contraption might you have made?
Okay. we are in the mountains.
I mean before you got here.
Okay.
So let's dial it back and say before he goes on this trip, Azak says to himself, I better make this. I better make this thing.
Okay.
And the nice thing about contraptions is that it's not exactly steampunk. They're not powered. But you're a pretty smart guy with natural law and all that kind of thing. You probably can do things that the culture cannot.
Okay.
So a bit of a Da Vinci-ish kind of guy.
Okay.
And so for contraptions, it says the study of machinery. You may make simple machines using gears, levers, and springs. And it just is a matter of the difficulty that I will set based on what you say you want to make. And then, of course, it would have a lot to do with your resources and things. But for the moment, within certain limits, I'm just going to say something you can carry, something useful that you would like to have on a trip where you are going and looking for a particular. There's lots of different legends and things here. So lots of people have died here. Lots of things have happened here. There's plenty of places to look, and we can make a roll about that too. In this case, you have ancient lore, correct? Or not?
I have
Nope.
ancient law.
You have ancient lore, right? Let's see. You do have something though.
Treasure hunting.
Treasure hunting, yes. And so, right, more specific form of ancient lore and magic lore. That's why I got confused. Myths and facts surrounding legendary treasures. And so, yes, you are going to start with a treasure hunting roll to see how much you know about this. Now, hold on.
Yep.
The way we do it is you look at the roll and you will see that you have a number plus there. And you are quite smart, so I think it is 11 plus.
Correct.
Now, that means that we will look at that, and then we will also see, then I make the number higher because I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
Right? And in this particular case, it's going to be a +5.
Okay.
So you're going to need a 16 plus to +5. Is that? Hold on a second. I'm just going to use this. Okay. Just to decide how tough I'm going to make it. No, it's going to be a 4. So therefore, you have your 11 plus, and you have your roll, and then you add your level. That's right. So 11 plus, add your level to your roll.
To the roll?
Yes.
Okay.
And also the -4.
So level plus -4, and I'm supposed to get over 11.
Yes. So your level is 3, correct?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's -1.
Yes. So it's 10, or rather 12 plus.
12 plus.
Yeah.